He is France, and I am Vlad. Welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast, brought to you by letstalkbattlerap.com, the only place to get your event recaps, news articles, artist profiles. That's letstalkbattlerap.com. Today, we got an action-packed show. It's all about GTX. All right, we'll jump in on the grind time train, and we're going to give you the recap of this 3-day event. And then, of course, the timeline is jumping. We got Easy. We got Geechee. We got everything popping. So stay tuned right now, man. We're going to throw it to my man, my main man. Big Frizzy in the building. What up, player?
Frizzy. Yo. What's good, my boy? What's up, my boy?
Oh,
man. GTX, first off, salute to Disaster. Salute to Lush One. Salute to Mini Fridge, the whole GTX staff. A 3-day weekend was not easy to put together, yet somehow they did it. Between 56 battlers, 55 showed up. So shouts to Crip Mac. You know?
Oh, yeah. Nifty nickel.
You know, I watched it back. He went a whole period without rhyming. Just straight, just like,
Yo,
it was
bro.
like therapy.
That was different, man. That was different. That was a social experiment. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll definitely get there. But GTX successful 3-day weekend. The first day, some dope battles. You know what I'm saying? The second day, we got all the battles that we were paying attention to. You know, got the eyeballs up and lurking.
Got what we paid for.
We definitely did. And then Sunday, we're just trying to make it through the marathon at this point. It's like, it's 1 a.m. There's no regard for life. But you know what, guys? I don't want to hear a complaint, because if y'all real hoop heads, especially from the East Coast, this is nothing new. You want to watch the Lakers? You want to watch the Warriors? You want to watch the Suns? Or you want to watch the Mavs like I do? You have to stay up late. Right? You have no choice.
Yo, and it was worth it, man. Soros versus Hollow to close out the night was worth it. I ain't gonna lie to you, friends, man. I had a great battle rap weekend. I definitely love that old grind time feel, and they delivered. We had some quirky cats, we had some funny cats, we had some weird cats, we had some questionable cats, we had some thug cats, we had some gangster cats, we had some did he say that kind of cats? So I got everything that I was looking for. They delivered. Disaster and them pulled it off. I got no complaints about the weekend, man. This was exactly what I've been looking for from this brand. It was on brand. This is it, because, you know, there's so many things that are so cookie cutter. So there needs to be a world where we can get our degenerate on and have a safe haven for all kinds of battle rap stuff that makes you uncomfortable to the stuff that you love. So for me, it was an A+ weekend, man. And like you said, only one person did not show up out of 56 people, and that was because of some weird cockamania story or whatever, but that battle is going to be, you know, remade. So successful weekend for GTX, man. They did that. And salute to Direct, because they are now, Rap Grid now has their own production team. So it was produced by them. They filled it. They ran the pay-per-view. It looked good. I love the fact that it didn't visually look like everything else. They had the zoom in qualities, like they had to give you the old grind time feel. They didn't go and get movie cameras to make it all cinematic. They still gave you that old school feel with it. And
cinematic.
Yeah. Cinematics, yeah, boss. So, so salute to Direct for now. There's a new production team in the house, and it only makes sense to vertically integrate it, because if you are running the pay-per-view stream, you might as well have a production company. So salute to that black man for putting that together, and I enjoyed my weekend, man.
And I want to also shout out to the commentary team. My man June, fellow Dominican, held it down. You know what I'm saying? Ron was interesting. Ron was very analytical, but at times also very political, and a little extra with the compliments. I had a list of like Ron quotes here. You know what I'm saying? That I wanted to like go through, but I'll say it for later.
We'll get there. Yeah. You know there's one that stuck out in my mind. I was like, wow, okay.
You know, I was like,
we'll get to that section when we get there.
I was like, is this what the NBA media feels like whenever they listen to like Reggie Miller do commentary and other people? Is this what they're like, oh, just going crazy.
Yeah, it is. But he did a good job though, man. Like that,
he did a fantastic job.
That job is not easy. I know we crack jokes on all the hosts and all that stuff. And man, we crack jokes on everybody. No one is left off the table for when it comes to Jay Black, Nunu, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got Roan in there. He did a good job. And then, Vada and them, they about to find out that chat is about to get crazy, son. So Rosenberg, Vada, RBE, good luck hosting, man, because people are ruthless. But Roan did a good job, though.
He did an immaculate job, honestly. I really enjoyed all of the analysis. I want there to be a battler / media commentary. Like, that's the perfect blend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to Jay Black. I would very much love to see you replace your current co-host with a battle rapper. That's just me.
Or just add the battle rapper.
Or just add the battle rapper. Make sure you have 3 mics. You know what I'm
saying? I would love if you could replace your current co-host with a battle rapper.
Straight up.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel too.
Damn, son.
Yeah, but it's not about them right now. Back to GTX. Ron did a great job. June did a good job. I like the one point they left, and then Marv and Solo took over the booth out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's it. This is a break. And then somebody was giving out these 1942 shots, and then Ron was I was like, "You want a shot? You want a shot to everybody?" And at one point, he got off camera. And I guess he took a bunch of shots. When he came back, his hair was all messed up.
Oh, Ron?
His hair was all messed up. His hat was he was like, "Yeah, man, it was such a great battle, dude." I was just like, "Yo, the shots is up 2-0 on Ron right now."
Ron just got a twirly in the bathrooms. Ron ain't playing, kid.
All right, man. Where do you want to start? Do you want to talk about, I guess, the main headliners for
day
1 and day 2?
Yeah. Let's get straight to it, man. Let's get straight. Otherwise, it's gonna be a end-loaded show, and it's like, let's get straight to it, man. Let's get straight to these payments, Ninja.
You want to start there?
No. Let's start off with the first main event of the night, man. You want to start over with Rex and Big K straight off the bat, or you want to knock out the small battles quickly and then spend a big chunk of our time on those? Because we can just give quick opinions on the first few battles and then spend our bulk of our time on the last 2. We could do that if you want.
I got a couple quick opinions on the opening battles.
Let's do it. Let's knock those out. Yeah.
Okay. Reverse Live. Salute to him. He said himself been on every battle of Bay card, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Vlad.
Yeah.
I feel like he deserves higher level opponents at this point. Like every time I see him on GTX, he puts on. He puts on, bro.
France, I got to log back in. Keep rocking.
All right, so Reverse Live definitely deserves a little bit of a higher tier level opponents. The man is good. The man is versatile. Every time you see him, he puts on. The King of the Dot season, he put on. Every GTX event he's been on so far, he's put on. Salute to Forward Dev. Dev the Demon is my guy, aka Forward Dev, formerly known as Forward Dev now. That's my guy. I just, you know what I'm saying? You just stood in front of a good performance that night. What you want me to tell you? But I thought he definitely did. He had a solid showing. Caustic and Coleslaw. Oh my God, I can't wait until Vlad gets back for Caustic and Coleslaw. I'm gonna save that one for him. Ellipsis and Nestle was a fun battle. It was actually a real competitive battle. Nestle, he's got all these flows. He's smooth on the ears. Ellipsis kind of got some really good writing, so that's a solid little style clash. Perfect timing, Vlad. I just came back for Caustic. We're talking about Caustic and Coleslaw real quick.
Oh my goodness, man! First of all, Caustic channeling his inner Pat Stay with the coat and all that and the swag and everything. This battle is definitely a grind time / GTX type battle. I don't know where else are you going to see this. France, I was a little confused in the beginning because the way they were presenting it, they were like, his opponent is in a dress. I'm like, are we watching Caustic battle a man in a dress, a person? No. The way that they presented it. Think about how you're at the crib, you're watching it, and they just said he's battling, and his opponent is wearing a dress. Why would you call that out if it's just a woman and it's a regular battle? You know what I'm saying? So in my brain, I'm preparing myself for him to battle, a person who's transitioned. You know what I mean? So I'm watching the battle, and I'm like, yo, Caustic is smoking it, but I'm like, I think that's just a woman. You know what I mean? So I was taken aback at the beginning. I didn't know what was going on, and then Caustic was just pure Caustic style. This was like watching two stand-up comedians battle each other, because the way they were timing it, it wasn't necessarily like it was just like rhymes. They were just like spilling little stanzas and stuff like that, like little one-liners back and forth at each other. But I thought Caustic was on fire, man. And Coleslaw, for someone who hasn't battled much, she did a thing, yo. Like, she had her one-liners, she had her jokes. It was funny, you know what I'm saying? But Caustic was just ruthless, son. Like, ruthless.
Let's one say, my battler to my left, who was you? I'm Coleslaw. Yeah.
Yo, man, and shout out to Diz taking chances on people who we've never seen before and saying, yo, man, here's your shot. I think you could be dope. I think this will make a funky battle. And it worked, man. They got to get their jokes off. I got to get my laughs off. I wasn't mad at it, man. Her dad was in the building. And then her he's hilarious because he's, what is he, like a physician in Canada and whatever. And at one point, Ron's like, yeah, man, what's it like to hear all these, jokes about your daughter and stuff? He's like, they're just words, so there's nothing to really be mad about because they're not true, Ron's like, yeah, there's so much like racism that goes on and stuff like that. He's like, I think everyone has a little bit of a racist in them. And I was like, maybe biasness, but racism.
Maybe don't say it out loud.
That's all I'm saying. I was like, all right, man, this is the kind of night we gonna have. Let's rock, man. Let's rock. But that was quite interesting.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any quirkier, then ATM and O Solo hit the stage.
Oh my gosh, man. France, what was going on with ATM? Was he all there? Was he all there? I don't know. I don't think so. He didn't look like he was. I don't know what happened. Someone said he, lost his rhymes, didn't have the rhymes prepared, so he was making them up on the spot. I gotta say though, if they were all made up on the spot, like, to be able to put all those words together and do 3 rounds is kind of like a meth head genius move. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling him that. I'm saying, how meth heads get together, they can make a bike in like an hour and stuff, fix everything you need, build you a new stove and all that stuff. That was pretty creative. But in the second round, he was saying some stuff that was very questionable, that kind of just made everyone very uncomfortable. Words that I won't repeat because I like being monetized on YouTube, so I'm not going to repeat them. But it definitely threw the vibe off in the room. But O Solo, though, he brought that O Solo-ness. He brought out the 1 ninjas and 2 ninjas and 3 ninjas, bring 4. He brought out the board, he drew it and all that stuff. So he made another moment with it. And you know how you said you wish that Reverse Live gets better opponents? I want O Solo to get better opponents too, because he's dope, and I could tell that he's like holding back because of who he's battling and stuff like that. But that level of creativity though, man, like it's just laying there, and I think that they need to bring him about more, man, so he can do more of that stuff, because O Solo is dope. I don't care what anyone says. He is dope. He's one of my favorites to watch. I don't care. Go argue with yourself. But O Solo clearly with the 30 ball on that one, though.
Easily. Well said. Then moving on, we get, this was fun, Carter Dean versus Dirtbag Dan.
Grind Time Classic.
Yo,
man, shout out to Dirtbag Dan, one of the original podcast bulls in the battle rap world. He used to have that podcast, and Caddy Ron used to be on it, and Frack was a co-host on it.
You go back to some of those old podcasts from 2013.
Son, there's some stuff in those podcasts, especially when Diz was on and when Lush was on, and yo, that was like the wild west of podcasting, where people ain't even know what was going on. But I was watching Dirtbag. There was a lot of stuff said on those podcasts, man. Y'all go back, y'all be shocked, man. And so to see him back was really dope, man. And Carter Deems, for once, he had all his rhymes prepared, friends. He wasn't stumbling in none of that stuff. And it was exactly what you expected, man. Just 3 rounds of jokes, and more jokes and flashbacks of what Grind Time really was in its heyday, man. This was a Grind Time classic, yo.
Yes, it was. And Carter Deems probably put on one of the best performances of the weekend.
Yeah, yo, him and B Magic, yo. What? If you would have told me that those would have been, I mean, 2 of the super duper top standouts of like the weekend, I'd be like, okay, all right. But they brought it though, man. Go watch that battle. If you're a fan of Grind Time, that battle is definitely one to go watch.
Yes, it is. I love Carter Dean's performances on it. And
he's hilarious, yeah.
And to pivot to B Magic, bruh. B Magic was on one.
Son.
Absolutely on one.
3 rounds of it, son. Like, he was precise. He was sharp. Like, B Magic clear 30, man. Like, it was, there's no debating it at all, man. But I mean, Magic was crazy. Like, I don't know, man. If this is a prelude to what these St. Louis cats gonna be doing, yo, in the next couple of weeks, friends, everybody might be in trouble, man. But everybody ain't B Magic though, man. Salute to B Magic for working his way back. And you know, anyone who had any doubts about his skill level or what he could do in the ring anymore, like did he lose it, whatever, he's been crawling back little by little, and this performance was definitely a standout performance, man. It was 3 rounds of fire, vintage B Magic with some upgraded downloads. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, and if you pay very close attention, you might be seeing Magic again real soon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Your friends dropping Easter eggs, man. Yo, you go back to some of these old podcasts we got, man. Mad Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
Guess who I saw on the timeline talking to someone else on the timeline today? When these rappers start talking to each other out of the blue. Oh my God.
Speaking of blue.
Let's go. Transition's on fire today, son.
Big K versus T-Rex. This was honestly worth the price of admission. This battle was awesome. I loved every detail about this battle from both ends, even though I have a clear winner, in my opinion, but I can respect the debate because I see.
Let's go, Fred. Let's hear it, Fred. Let's hear it. What did you think about this battle, player?
Before I tell you my thoughts, I just want to just specify this. Let me give you the exact number because this is kind of nuts to me. Hold on.
Where is to show the people them.
Yes, we do. Bruh, Big K and T-Rex, our Twitter poll has 2,300 votes.
Mm-hmm.
It is 50.8% Big K, 49.2% T-Rex. That is the literal walking definition of a debatable. So even if you have, I think even if you do have a clear winner in this battle, you have to respect the other perspective. You have to.
Right.
You absolutely have to. And you cannot act like anybody just got demolished neither. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Can't front. Yeah. Not even if you want to, whatever narrative you want to push, you know, you cannot front on the other person. But I want to hear your thoughts on this battle.
All right, my thoughts. So out the gate, when I see Rex's first round, the first thing I'm thinking about to myself was like, there's a lot of punchlines, a lot of flows, a lot of energy. He realizes where he's at. He's setting the bar very high for Big K in the first round. And even before the second round, I started thinking to myself, like, yo, you can see how much preparation Rex put into this battle. And as the battle went along, like, you can really, really see that this was a disciplined performance from Rex. And I absolutely love that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's obviously had some issues with his conditioning prior, especially for his performances. You can see that he made the adjustments outside the ring, in the ring, and that was all fantastic. It was straight up a textbook punchers versus angler battle, which I didn't, you know, because Big K punches a lot too, so I thought we were going to get a punch fest, but nah.
Right.
Rex is here punching left, right, different pockets, different flows. 2 hat throws. two, not one, two. You know what I'm saying?
Started the battle off with a joint, man.
Yeah, with the Montgomery joint.
So, yeah.
And so I'm like, it was a really good first round from Rex. And then Big K goes, and before Big K started rapping, there was an angle that I always thought to myself, like, yo, even though Rex is Crip, I do remember in the math rematch, he said I was raised by the bees. And you could point to little interesting timelines in battle rap where Rex battled other Crips. and didn't necessarily like showcase that he was, specifically like the Nitty battle against on the Snoop Dogg League when he says, end quote, Nitty's a Crip, Snoop's a Crip. Oh, I see what's going on here. So it's like, are you saying you're not one at that time period? Like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all just, in hindsight, it all looks kind of funny. So Big K brought that angle up, and I was like, whoa, I can't believe nobody's touched on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I thought it was an effective angle. I thought it was extremely effective and relevant, and it was potent. So I personally, and I was shocked to see Big K be so tailored, bro. He is so, like, it felt like this was a continuation from whatever he had with the Mook battle. Like, it was just, like, let me just pick up right where I left off at. Because even though he was explosive against A-Ward, he wasn't that tailored against A-Ward. It was actually very general. It could have applied to anybody. But from Mook to now, he said, let me just step up my angling ability as a whole. And I was impressed.
All right. If we're sticking with round one, France, man, you know, we spoke earlier, and like I was saying, Rex was just doing so much, man. And you were like, what is this so much that he was doing? What's doing too much? And, you know, took the words right out of my mouth, man. Like, he was in so many pockets and he had so many punchlines. And the punch count was good, man. Like, a good 80% of those punchlines were like, yo, solid, dope, fire, like that. You know, there's a couple of them. You're gonna get a couple of easy transitions that is just like, you know, low-hanging fruit that you're just gonna pick from just to transition into something else. But Rex just came out shooting, man, and he was performing, moving around, you know, like, just, and yes, K had that angle that he uses, you know, T-Rex's words against him for sure. Now, Rex does have some old picture where he's younger. I don't know what age he was, but he's younger in his Crip attire or whatever. But like you said, if you're someone who's going off of, well, this angle is true and he delivered it the right way for me, then you're going to have Big K winning this round. But if you're someone who likes that rapid punching, you know, street talk and stuff like that, and Rex is giving you that vintage Rex, you're going to go with Rex. And for me, the amount of punches that Rex had, it's like, yes, Big K had the angle. He delivered it well enough, but it's not like he went above and beyond to like get as creative as he can get. You know what I mean? Whereas you could tell with T-Rex, he's like, yo, I am not going to look like a fool up here. And I'm going to, Rex was writing more dense punchlines than he usually does. You know, Rex is not necessarily like, yo, this punchline is like the craziest, like something Nitty would write, but it's always with the delivery and with the passion. So Rex has a talent to take some simple stuff and make it dope, you know. But with this one, he was digging a little deeper, man. So round one for me, like out the gate, because you know it, even when it happened, I text you, I say, yo, man, Rex round one, fake round one. But you know, as I'm watching it back again this morning, I'm like, yo, I don't think this is just a fake victory in round one. I thought Rex really got round one, man.
Yeah, I do think round one is definitely competitive. Shit, I think the first two rounds as a whole is competitive too, because Rex turns all the way up in the second round. So whatever he did in his first round is completely amplified. And now you're getting, I don't even think you're getting real. People's like, oh, we got that old Rex. I don't even think this is a vintage Rex. I think this is newly formed discipline. Yeah. I'm taking my life serious. I'm grown. I'm in this point of my career, Rex, which is probably even more honestly unique, because it's like there's this level of self-awareness and work that goes in diligence that goes into what Rex is doing, bro. Like all that energy that you see, it's not just random punchlines and aggression and delivery. It's all calculated. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell he hit the turbo button. You know what I'm saying? And he's just clicking on all cylinders in the second round. All cylinders.
And not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
The thing that I did like about what Rex was doing, he was still doing like little name flips and finding things to flip with K within his punches also. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to give you a bunch of drug flip bars or whatever, and not even mention K's name at all or whatever. Anything that could just be a random rhyme. It wasn't a mixtape round. Like you could tell that the punches he was coming up with, it was because he had to battle Big K, and he focused and did his little Venn diagram and all that stuff and saw what fits where with Big K, and he applied those punches to him. So I did like the fact that he didn't just come out with a random bars that could have just sounded like there was. He remembered like, yo, I have to remind y'all that I'm battling Big K, and I definitely appreciated that from Rex. That was dope.
Yeah, I did hear Rex say in his interview too. Like he's like, my material was tailored for Big K too. So it's not so much that like Rex wasn't direct and Big K completely was. It's just I guess the way that Big K.
I mean,
was like, yo,
you stick on an angle for a whole round,
yeah,
and you don't lose the people. It's gonna look overbearing after a while. Like, all right, man. Like, you know, he's really direct.
But
you know,
but it was perfect because let's just call it for what it is, man. Like, listen, sometimes you cats from Harlem, all of you. Y'all be saying some stuff that down the line it look kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Pull the transcript out, it be looking kind of crazy. And so Big K was just like, I'm gonna pull the transcript out on you. You said this, you said that, you said this. And you now that you did that,
it was all versus the conceited battle, so we all know what he's talking about, you know. So
it was an array. It was an array of battles: the conceited battle, the math battle, the there's a lot of battles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and now we've established that this is not false. You cannot say this is not true, which is the number one thing people be like. The angle wasn't real. I like people to be more direct. Well,
no. He did say the bars in the battle. It doesn't mean that he's doing it in real life. Let's separate, you know, artistic expression, no matter how bananas it is. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying the point that was conveyed is true. I'm just saying the words. You cannot.
No, but that Big K did go, because he can't register. He has to register when he moves. Or something like that. I'm like, does he really? Do you got that paperwork saying that? Does he really?
Look, I still had Rex win the second round, but the way Big K tied it all in from the Alien to Predator bar, I could not justify the airplane noise bar. I couldn't justify it.
I can't justify it. I cannot justify any of those. I can't justify any of the kiddie bars that anyone does, not just Rex, any one of you fools. You know what I'm saying? But that was the Wild Wild West times, I guess, man. You know what I mean? It was funny. Like that early Twitter time where people were writing crazy stuff and saying whatever. I can't justify what he's at.
It's funny because that same exact bar that Big K first started the angle with, which was, you said that she's old enough to cross the street, she's old enough to get hit. Yeah. It definitely is like an old ass saying that people would say.
Right.
But it's funny because
old creeps.
But it's funny because Surf, when he battled Shine the following year or so, back in 2011.
Yeah, he used that against him. Yeah.
He used that as a rebuttal. He's like,
I think the P word is in your clique. Yeah.
Right. So then it's funny how like you spin back and it's like this is still kind of like an old thing that we've heard before, but now he's like just expanded on it. Which is
you know what you just did, Franz? You just opened up that portal to people that go, that's an old angle, man. Surf said that already.
That's fine. I always say this. You and I say this. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just the
way it's just how you do it. Yeah. And he did it for the majority of the round, so it really drives the point home. You know what I'm saying?
And if you appreciate the humor and all the other stuff, then you're gonna like that round. But if you don't, you know, you're like, it was too much jokes. Then I think Rex got the second round, me personally. But I have seen people edge that round a Big K still because it's still a competitive round.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a competitive round, and he, like I said, he delivered his points well. He delivered his angle well. It was good, you know. But Rex was doing a lot once again, man. I mean, what did he say? He said, what goes up must come down. Something, that's the logic of it or something like that. But when I throw you in the ground, you won't come up out of it. And he was making all sorts of like dope bars, man. He just had too many of them, dog. He had too many of them for me, man.
Yeah. And
third round, though, we get a different story.
I think the third round is nothing to discuss. Like Rex, obviously, the motor started to dwindle down a little bit. You can still see he's trying, but the energy is not equivalent to.
He's getting there. He's getting there, man. When Rex is able to complete 3 rounds like he did the first 2, like people gonna be in trouble, man. Another 20 pounds off, man. Rex gonna be a problem, son. Rex gonna be a problem, dog. And Big K, he turned up his turbos in the third and started going stupid. You know, I felt like that was the round when he was like, all right, man, let me not play around because this is close enough as it is right now. Like, if I don't deliver this with some authority, like, and he just saw Rex tiring out. So if he still has energy in the tank because, you know, his first 2 rounds, he really conserved himself. Now this third round, he's able to go stupid. And Big K's third round was just dumb. So however you want to call it, man. It's punches versus angles. And you know, man, it's 50-50 on our Twitter poll. I got Rex 1 and 2.
A lot of Twitter polls, honestly.
A lot of Twitter polls, man. I got Rex 1 and 2.
See me, like I was saying earlier, like I personally feel like Big K won this battle clear, just because I thought he.
So there's no argument for you that Rex could have won this battle. There's no argument for you personally.
I mean, I'm respecting the vote. You know.
No. I know you respect the vote. I'm talking about you personally. There's no argument for you that Rex could have won. That Rex won this battle for you personally.
I personally don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Only because I really appreciate. I do appreciate directness and being tailored, and I like well-rounded stuff. You know me. I like versatility. So Big K checked off all the boxes that I kind of like, and I also thought not only did he out-battle him, but he also lasted the distance with him. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite phrases from you, championship bout, going into the third round. If it's competitive and you get that third round clear, that's going to make me want to edge it to you.
Yeah. No, hey, you're using my words against me.
Like
all right?
Big K did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're using the gringos tactics, all right?
And let me guess. Oh, France, you have Big K winning. Shocker. Surprising. Yeah.
Lil Reggie's going to be in the comments. They're going to be on your tacos.
What you want me to tell you? By the way,
yo, in the comments, man, please let us know who you have winning. Do you have Big K or do you have T-Rex? Please let us know in the comment. And while you're in the comments, hit that subscribe button while you're there, man. France, we're 20 people away from 2,000 subs, man. Get us there. Let's get there by the next show, y'all. Hit that subscribe button.
Rex in the first round. I ain't Mook. Brought back the I ain't Mook. Everything about this battle was back in 2011, 2012.
Son threw that hat in the air. Alabama, you see what happened the last time an N-word threw a hat in the air. Come on, man. That's how we started the battle, T-Rex. Come on, son. What are you talking about, friends? What are you talking about, man?
I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
Crip and child angles. Oh, so direct. Oh.
Did he lie?
He used his words against him. He did.
Yeah, okay.
You know what it is for me? Ultimately, we're going to close this battle out. I just felt like K could have. There's another level of creativity that K could have gone to. I feel like that it just didn't get to. And the level of creativity that T-Rex was providing was enough for me to give him this battle. So, but I do see the other side, though. I do see the other side.
The Dipset was creative. The Alien versus Predator was I don't know. I thought it was fairly. I thought it worked.
It was too spaced out for me. I felt like when he did land stuff that was dope, it was like too spaced out. Whereas Rex was like more consistent with his punches, and his percentage was good, man. Like, you know, he didn't miss that many, you know. So, but I do see, you know, where Big K won the battle to folks who have him winning. So for me, I see both sides of the coin. You do not see a world where T-Rex could win. That's interesting. I can't wait to see what the comments think. So drop them below, please.
Although I don't see it, like I'm not like tripping if you have Rex winning, because like I can respect how competitive. Right. So,
and opinions are like assholes, man. We all got one, and they all stink. So, you know.
Okay. So now the main event.
I am.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Take it easy for your kids to tell you, hey, Dak, you make a video of you eating a sandwich aggressively. And you're like, thinking you're eating a sandwich and you in a TikTok reel. You better be careful.
Yo, you ain't lying. That's why I edited that word. I ain't saying it. First of all, I ain't gonna say that word. That's crazy, but I was
like, be like, Dad, act like you're eating a sandwich. And you're gonna be like, then you're gonna look, and then the song gonna be playing. And you're gonna be like, you did this? Delete this. Oh, Dad, it's viral already. It's
he gonna superimpose me with Suki and them at the club.
You're a superstar now, Dad. It's viral.
I beat you. Yo, man. I'm a still.
That's what these kids have been doing to their parents. They be like, yo, act like you're eating something. They don't even know. They're just recording them.
Now, see, I grew up in the digital age, so I wouldn't trust them, son. I'm like, what are you up to? Like, why do you want me to do this goofy thing? These kids growing up with green screens and 3 computers in their houses and cameras and stuff. Dudes is making movies before they're 5. Like, this is crazy.
saw a video of like some old Mexican father. They're like, yo, do a little dance, act like you're eating a sandwich. He's like, just dancing. He's like,
eating ass, eating ass, eating ass.
And then they show him the video, and he don't speak English. So then they show him the video, and he's like, can he say? He's like, what are you saying? Like, he said, like, what is it saying? And he translates it to him. He was like, why'd you make me do this? What are you doing?
Nah, man, kids is crazy, man.
Take advantage of these immigrants, millennials, youngins. Take advantage of them.
They're gonna monetize their uncle, their TT that comes to stay with them.
Should have learned English on your way over here.
Oh my God, wilding right now, son.
Yeah, I'm going crazy.
Immigration gonna be on your ass.
I'm immigrant.
All the immigrants gonna be on you. Hey, ¿qué tú dices? ¿Qué tú sabes? Yo, let's talk LTBR. Hey, I see you, my friend.
Speaking of immigrants,
Diz. He is.
Disaster versus Easy the Block Captain. Hey, his transition's been wild today. Take it easy, y'all. It's a Tuesday morning, right? Take it easy.
Oh my goodness. Diz versus Easy Le Block Captain. Yes.
I want to shout out Tim the Genius for doing the lyrics to this battle in like less than 12 hours.
Get out of here. Shout out to Tim.
Tim is a GOAT. And you know, when I got a chance to read lyrics, I know you can't read battles, but all I'm saying is everybody out there saying Disaster wasn't saying enough, and y'all wrong, bro. Y'all's wrong. he was kind of talking at times. That's all I'm saying. Let's get into it, though. Let's
go, player. Let's go. Since you read the transcripts already and all that,
all right.
Let's hear your thoughts, my dude.
Going into the battle, I didn't think Disaster could beat Easy. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm just be all the way honest. I never thought that he could beat him because, respectfully, like I don't even have Disaster winning a battle in this league. He's 0-4 in this league. And two, like I just felt like even though the obvious elephant in the room was available to Disaster, I've also seen Disaster have an angle, somebody being caught as with ghostwriting and didn't win the battle. So like he has a history of fumbling angles. So I don't trust him with this magnitude of an angle. And even more importantly, I don't think he's the person we wanted to hear him break this down to. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the right message, wrong messenger. That's just how I feel about the battle, flat out. And then in the actual battle, I was impressed with like some of Easy's like pacing in certain areas. I know people was like, oh, did he choke in the second round? I didn't consider it a choke, me personally. And I love the way that he kind of was like, this is a whole new environment for him, and it's still a work. He's like, yo, you think I'm supposed to change because I'm here? You think I can't talk about drug bars in Oakland where people know what's going on here? And so like he really established himself there, and it was dope to see the versatility, the timing, the delivery. Obviously the math angle was kind of a very old angle, but it was done very well, and it ended very strong with the whole like if you were OG supposed to make people get home back safe. Like I liked all that, but the third round is what really stood out to me for this battle. The third round, I love the third round from both of them because Disaster's third round, bruh. Let me read this to you, all right? Because you know I was posting some clips on Twitter of the battle. I'm trying to keep it even, by the way. I'm trying to keep it mutual, y'all. If I post one person's clip, y'all be like, "Where's the other person?" So I'm gonna post both people's clips. And Disaster's third round, he says here, like I'm fake. You don't ride with no shooters or fire your Ruger. You deny the truth and hide from the rumors. In the past life, he was a house cat. His favorite thing to do was lie on computers. He bringing up my braids. You got this twisted. You can't say I'm privileged and shit is systematic when you the one with the big advantage. Sitting back, get your shit branded, reestablished while you have some famous chick manage all your shitty habits, save you from slipping backwards because you can't stop burning every single bridge you interact with. Like I thought that was cold, bruh. I thought that was cold. I was like, yo.
This was spitting, man.
And it's like, all right, you're not on URL. You're not on gun titles. Not with like, you got a little history. People not with
listen, man. Easy done told you, yo, this is about me. It's about me. So shed your league, shed your old girl, shed your old crew. Get rid of all the dead weights. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I'm a new man. I can move freely out here, man. I could go on vacation by myself. You know, I can't even imagine what that would be like being a mid-30s dude, man, out on vacation by yourself, man. Man, just living life. He's like, that's all I got to do to get to the next level. Peace.
See, but then it's like, while even though Disaster has a super direct tailor around it, I personally really appreciated it. I like the message he could come across, because I personally felt like all those points he was clicking on, I kind of agree with in certain areas, right? But then Easy comes back with his best round of the battle, and it's just here like, Trap Money kept my lights on, and I thought electricity was the plug. We used to hide it under the carpet. In the final, we had to learn how to dance. I had to cut the rug. I was like, yo, what is this? I didn't know what a complete sentence was till I stood in front of my judge. And Easy was just bombing right back. Around where you thought Easy would lose clearly, he found a way to say, nah, I can still take this round.
Yeah, no, his third was on fire.
Fire!
Easy definitely, he was kicking some stuff in that third round. But so let's go back. Second round. You didn't think he ended it abruptly?
I mean, he was already over the time limit, though. You know what I'm saying? He had wrapped past whatever time they were supposed to do 90 seconds. They definitely went way longer. And what the time so far from their first two rounds was almost even in the second. So, like, although it ended abruptly, it ended on a strong haymaker. It ended abruptly, but that's fine. I'm not calling it a choke. That's how you would want to end a round if you're going to fuck up anyway.
All right. Just wanted to acknowledge that, you know, you thought perhaps, you know,
I see people think that it is. I'm not saying that I'm not dismissing people who felt that it was. I don't think that it is. And
the only reason, right, why I'm bringing it up is because it's funny, man. Watching the battle, I'm watching it and I'm going, I don't know, man. He's like a little, he wasn't as sharp as he normally is. You know, and it's funny watching his interviews later on. He goes, yo, man, I'm literally jet lagged. Like, I got here the night before, like my body. So I could see that, you know, and it makes sense because, you know, for those of you that don't travel or haven't done that coast to coast flight and then had to do something immediately, like once you get there, it's real. Like, it does happen to you. And sometimes it does take a little bit for you to snap into place, you know? So, you know, as I'm watching the first couple rounds, I'm like, I don't know, man. The man just seems like he's just not as sharp as he normally is. You know what I mean? But the third round was the Easy that we were accustomed to, for sure.
Which is, I think my scorecard of the battle is definitely going to be a little bit more controversial than others. I've seen people probably edge Easy the last two rounds. I've seen people give Easy all three. I have Easy winning the first two, and I have Diz winning the third. Listen, it's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I really love that third round. Really love that third round.
You have Diz winning the third.
Yeah, I do.
Or why? Okay, can you please tell the folks why you have this? Because there was a lot of stuff said in this battle that we haven't even talked about yet, friends.
There's a lot said in this.
Let's get to it, man.
Let me pull up this lyric here too. Hold up. There's also the whole Chrome 23 on the women's league. I like that, and then the whole I drive a car faster and you make it sound better. Your favorite car to drive is a bulldozer. You're a well-known house wrecker. Only thing you know how to do better than me is get punched in your mouth better. Like, and then the whole woe is me. He wants to be mad at another man for being down with OPP, but how can he be mad at another man when he was down with OPP? Apparently so. Is he like? There's just, I thought Diz had a lot. Like, I've seen a lot of people commenting like, he's not saying enough, and it's just like rapid pace. It's like, no, listen. Like, I feel like
those are the people that don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, those people that don't want to listen to him. And when he also says, like, Easy, just remember this: you've always been disingenuous. You only want to be independent that complements your own self-centeredness. I was like, yo, bro, like, if you just remove Disaster's voice in his face and you put these exact same lyrics,
put him in AI,
and you put this AI in another battle rapper that we probably want to hear say this to Easy, we're probably going crazy over.
You put B-Dot's face on those bars. It's like, oh my god!
I'm telling you, the material is like, yo, this is we attacking right now. You didn't promote this event for shit, and I'm telling you, if he's putting you on your card, it's for his own self-benefit, because he catches you at your lowest point and then promises you some extra shit. Like, and then I think about people in the trenches. Danny Price was all in jeopardy. True Foe was ready to score for like 2 hands. I'm just like, yo, I don't know if he lied yet.
He goes, if Remy likes you, she might holler at you. And they're like, Okay, I'm ready to risk it all. I'm ready to risk it all.
Yo, and Easy's third round was explosive. So if you have Easy win the third, I'm actually not even going to debate with you. I was just appreciating the content that Disaster brought to that third round. Plus, he brought Frack out. The NDA shit was powerful too for me. Because the second round, it was kind of similar to his third. You know what rhymes with Gap Tooth?
Yeah.
And even though he had all the Papoose jokes and bars in the second round, it wasn't effective for me. Like, it wasn't well structured.
But you know what was interesting though? Even though he had all of those bars, right?
Yeah.
If you notice, Diz never really just explicitly says you and her were you know what I'm saying? In fact, he says that, you know, you got in the battle, you know, this is what he's saying in the battle, that you got punched because you were lying and said that, you know, you were doing stuff with her or whatever. You know, and he still makes sure not to say names. So I'm watching the battle. I'm like, why is Diz doing this dance around saying exactly what he wants to say? You know what I mean? It's like knowing Diz and knowing the levels that he can go to with what he wants to write and stuff like that. Like, why is he holding back? You know what I mean? But then he gets to the NDA part, and I'm like, but Diz, you're pretty much saying what the NDA doesn't, if you're the NDA that you're talking about, right? Because I don't know, I haven't seen it. You know, Easy put one out there, and it's I guess it's for the financial stuff and all that stuff, which is just standard practice procedures at this point. But you know, it's like it's a battle. People say stuff in a battle that they want to say. You know, Disaster, if you want to, you've already talked about it. You've already quote unquote violated it. If it does exist, you might as well put it out to the internet at this point now, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
ain't no I'm sort of pregnant. Either you are or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do all that, drop it. You know what I'm saying? Drop it and show us a email link or something like that, man. Like, so you might as well at this point if you're going to do it, because, you know, angles are angles and battles and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, they got to be based on something. You know what I mean?
And you know, ultimately, if nothing happened, why is there an NDA?
Listen, Easy saying the NDA is all
business,
financial stuff and business stuff or whatever. I didn't read the whole thing, so I'm not gonna sit here and say is there any funny language here and there, because all you need is 1 or 2 sentences to be thrown in there to make it funky or whatever. So I didn't read the whole thing, you know. But Diz hasn't provided one saying that this is what I'm talking about. This is the personal stuff that I'm talking about. So, I mean, if you're going to violate it in the battle and risk getting sued or whatever, put it out at this point. You know what I'm saying? So up until then, you know, it kind of makes you lean towards what Easy's saying. You know what I'm saying? That this is a financial thing. But
I mean, but the NDA wasn't the deal. For me, the NDA wasn't the deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all the other stuff around it that was like attacking his character. And
right.
And so far, and it's not like, oh, we know something behind the scenes. You could just take Easy, somebody that goes live almost every freaking day for the last couple months. You know what I'm saying? If you are watching his live and you went through everything that happened with the trenches and like, you kind of see his personality at this point. Like, it's
out there.
It's out there. The algorithm bull's out there for a reason. So like, you're able to listen to what he's saying and be like, yo, there's some substance here to what Disaster is saying to him. Like,
right.
You know, maybe he's not the person to deliver the message, like I said earlier.
And then, you know, him and Geechee, Left Coast, you know, conference. What was the name of it? Was it LSC? Yeah, Left Side Connection. Yeah. You know, so like, okay, you got to battle my boy. You know, it's on your home league. I need my man to shine, so I'm not gonna go super duper. This is my thoughts. This is not what Diz said, but it's just what I'm thinking. You know, Diz is running a 3-day event. His man is battling you in 2 weeks. This is about to get crazy, so I'm gonna set it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna touch my little points and stuff like that, but I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
you know, the main entree for Big Geech to do his thing.
What other layers of this battle we haven't talked about? We haven't talked about the ARP situation here. The Disaster's like he tried to bribe Rex off the card, but ARP woke up the very next day, turned that camera on and addressed it.
So
y'all gonna talk about? I'm in a lawsuit. Y'all gonna talk about me? You're not. He was fed up. He was fed up.
The great marketing and promotion. It's like, all right, Diz, you want to throw my name into it? Let's cut on this microphone. Let's cut on this camera and cut this promo. You know what I'm saying?
We haven't even talked about how the timeline's in shambles today, right?
But it's like it would. No, what's going on currently right now, man?
Don't you worry, Vlad. I can tell you what's going on currently.
Brother.
Hold on.
Get the timeline report.
I made a folder call. What the fuck is happening? Yes, I can put all the tweets in here, right?
Oh Lord.
Disaster here is responding about, I respect as a legend is, but you got the wrong info on ARP. You should call him as a man, set your pride aside. He said false. KFC Colonel leaked info he only knew, and I told him it got back to Rex via someone they both knew, and I never said he blocked the battle. In fact, the battle was dropping already. Rex almost backed out because of KFC's big ass mouth insinuating. And then ARP says, still in clown mode? Stop pandering the URL. You didn't get a cease and desist over. Rex almost dropped the battle because I offered more. We already showed I never even spoke to Rex, which ARP did show. All jump ship out the window before you showing that you don't know how to shut up and show honor. Then you got Easy telling Disaster, post the NDA. Go ahead. Yeah. Do it. Do it, Diz. Yeah. It goes, considering you already sent it to Piper Boy and posted it an hour ago. This is a bit weird to ask. Why would you ask if you already leaked it? And then, him and Easy are talking about it still. Easy says, so I should sue you then since you broke it, or we're going to tell the truth. And then ARP tweets out to Disaster, pay your battlers, then talk to me.
Wow.
And then Easy says, still waiting as well. He got some nerve.
Oh, boy.
Rosenberg gets in the middle, says, rappers from GTX haven't been paid yet?
Yo. Barry stapling his nose in people's business.
About some ways, the algorithm bowl and Geechee are just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I saw that. Yeah. Algorithm bowl is saying he's got some secrets on Geechee that he's about to drop, and Geechee's like, oh, don't you worry, you about to get exposed. So I'm like, I don't know what we about to see in a couple weeks, man. It's about to be Gossip Fest 2023, man. Gossip Con, yo.
And Easy's here. I won every round. I stopped my round shirt because your round was ass. Let's keep it a beam. I was freestyling everything. By the way, shouts to Easy for the freestyle badge.
That's true.
Unlock the freestyle badges battle. That was dope.
Yeah.
That's enough for the timelines in shambles.
Oh my gosh, man.
Absolute shambles.
Yeah. ARP, and he's going for League Owner of the Year and Blogger of the Year, man. He ain't playing. he wants to be Mr. 2 times everything, yo.
This battle did a lot, Vlad. This battle did a lot, and I'm not gonna lie. Because this is crashing out with Disaster, because he has the nature that he does. As a whole, we just want to stick to battle rap and none of the stuff outside of it. I don't feel like he's been competitive on his league. You know what I'm saying? So like nothing in this at this point is like really helping Disaster for real. It's all like just really.
Well, look, listen. He has an entertaining battle with Easy the Block Captain, who now has ownership of the battle.
Yes, he does.
He can drop it wherever he wants to.
He already dropped on his website for $6.99.
Oh, yeah, $6.99. You can go to guttercity.com and pay $1 less than the URL TV app and own that battle. You know what I mean? So go support guttercity.com. $6.99. You want to see the entire battle? Go, man. He ain't even wait. Yeah, this is crazy. The bull ain't even give Diz a week to eat, man. He's like, Monday, go get it, man. Here you go. So, I mean, he got a dope battle with Easy, and now whatever is true or not true, he's put himself in the algorithm. So now for the next week or so, we're gonna be talking about Disaster and Easy. And ARP, maybe Coleslaw, you know what I'm saying? And Ryan Fiavora and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. This is playing. I don't know if any of what he's saying has any truth to it. If he's just playing algorithm games, if he's just like, I'm going to turn the marketing up for GTX and I'm just going to get to talking. It doesn't matter at any cost. I'm going to get the folks to talk about me, GTX, my event, and what's going on.
If we had a post-game interview right after the battle on the commentary booth, and they were cool, and it wasn't until it wasn't until afterwards that he was like, "Yeah, it made me sign an NDA." He's like, "He lied."
We've seen this from this before.
Yeah, it's like everybody's cool, and then it just takes that one, boop, and it just becomes like a whole trigger. And I'll be honest too, like if you I don't know, Diz. If you're saying he sent you what he sent you, and you still signed it because you wanted the battle, we're also gonna look at you like, well, I mean.
But listen, but we know that Diz is the type to like, yo, he gonna burn the house down and still be laying in the bed. Like he's like, yo, we all going, like we're all burning,
crashing out,
we all crashing out. Man, I don't even want to say what I got in my mind right now. But you know what I'm saying, France. You know what I mean? Like we all going. So I could see if, and these are big battle rap ifs. Let's say it was presented to him and he did sign it. I could still see this going, whatever. I'm still gonna do this. And like we're all going, we're all crashing, we're all burning. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's real. I don't know. It's like whatever. I can tell you what I lean towards more as what's the probable truth, but I'm still giving Diz a couple days to pop up some kind of document for us, man.
Disaster actually just responded to Rosenberg.
Oh, you see?
he said, hey, Rosenberg, what's this? And it's a tweet of Rosenberg saying, Easy got Disaster and Geechee back to back, and it's a grueling schedule, and yet I still don't think they're the best punchers he's seen this year. With a Bill Cosby gif, but he deleted the tweet within the same minute, and you know, OTFMZ catches everything. You know what I'm saying? Be responsible on the internet, y'all. Be responsible on the internet because you never know who's watching. You never know who's screenshotting to send to us.
Yeah, especially when you're a new blogger, Rosenberg. You gonna end up on, oh man.
What did Rosenberg say? Rosenberg said, okay,
don't go there.
You can't see it. You can't see it. Somebody says here, it's just wildly entertaining. What a legendary crash out.
Son, this is crazy, man. Oh man, let's get it.
Oh man, so ultimately Disaster lost the battle to you.
I mean, it's like you said, with these, if you're believing in what Diz is saying, there's a world where he wins. If you just straight into like, you know, what Easy's saying, there's a world where Easy wins. You know what I'm saying? I only saw this battle one time. I do want to see it a second time. You know what I mean? To give like my super definitive winner and all that. Because France, man, these battles ended late, bruh. Like, wow, late, like almost 2 a.m. over here on East Coast time, man. So it's like I only saw that battle once. Rex and Big K, I got to go back and see. So I gave a hardcore definitive winner. But there's a world where Diz wins. There's a world where Easy wins. I want to watch it one more time and check that out. You want to yawn, France? You good?
A little bit. I should turn the camera off again. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a morning show, bro. Fred's like, yeah, you had me up at 10 a.m., man. Pause.
I'm waking up at this time.
He's drinking jet black coffee over there, man. Espresso.
Again, my scorecard might be weird. People will have Easy winning the third because it was his best round, but I just really like what Disaster was saying that round. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I liked it. It was. I know for a fact if you said if D-Dot's saying that, if Geechee's saying that, we're like talk. But because it's Disaster, everybody's like, yeah, you just rambling. This is that. This is. I'm like, no, listen to what he's saying, bro. Like
it's like the people that go, Eminem doesn't have anything to say. He don't talk about no substance.
I don't know. But Easy still won the battle to me. I haven't won the first 2 rounds. I actually haven't won the battle clear now. Christian is winning the war too.
Hey, listen, I'll say this: he still got a streak going. He didn't lose the battle clearly. That I can say definitively. So
Diz didn't do it. Diz,
yeah. So
Diz ain't do it.
Ain't do it.
It's Easy winning the war. It's Easy winning the war right now because it looks like.
Listen, yo, France, I'm gonna keep it 100. Easy took a hit after, no pun intended. But he took a hit after that Chrome weekend, after the Grudge weekend, and not popping out for 2 weeks. And then you pop out and you're talking to Pap, you're telling him, tell the truth. And then you're talking about people are trying to silence you. They don't want you to speak, but you're known for being outspoken. Like all that took a hit. I don't care what anyone says. That took a hit. He's affected by that. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be, they're going to be watching with a more keen eye now. Like whoever in his mind, the haters are going to be hating extra, looking for extra reasons to why he lost and all that stuff. And like, yo, man, he's gonna have to be amazing versus Geechee, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this stuff surrounding him, the war hasn't been won yet. Yes, he's still the guy that people are talking about and all that stuff, but you're not. The armor took a hit. You know what I'm saying? You lost a couple of plates over here and all that. You got a couple of vulnerable spots now. You know, you weren't doing the same things you were doing before, moving how you were moving before. You know what I mean? So it's like, and Diz just put himself in the algorithm now. So it's not just Easy now. Before it's like Easy does something, he does a battle, he's the only person you're talking about afterwards. But now you have to talk about Diz. You know what I'm saying? So the war ain't won yet, man. It ain't won yet.
All right. Half this pod has so far been about Easy and Disaster, and I'm ready to move on.
Let's go, player.
All right. So now on to day 2. Day 2 was a bit rough to start, to be honest. It was like, now that it started a little bit late, Sunday, we're already 2 days into battle rap. Some of the beginning battles were a little underwhelming. Like this Frank Stacks and Via 4 battle, like I don't know what I was watching there for real.
There's a lot of F-bombs in that battle, boy. Like that junk got crazy. Well, I mean, but this is what we signed up for, man. You know what I mean? Frank Stacks, man. If y'all know anything about Frank Stacks, he's a battle rapper / like rap comedian. You want to say? You know what I mean? So he's like one of those early internet pioneers who was doing a lot of song remixes and pranks and jokes and things of that nature. So you got exactly what you were expecting from this battle. The Fiavora dude, I didn't know him. Interesting look, but it was all right. What's the next battle?
Keep moving on. We also had Fredo versus Yunnan. Yunnan in the UK. Fredo was dope.
Yeah, cool battle. You know what I'm saying? Nice warm-up battle. I ain't mad at it. Good to see Fredo back after 4 or 5 years. Another dude who was a Dirtbag Dan podcast alumni, Yo, him and Frack used to be going at like he would always low bro Frack and be annoyed at hell from Frack, man. That's what I remember about him on Dirtbag Dan show. But yeah, it was a cool battle, man. Cool battle.
Moving on, Marwan versus Lunar C. I was a little underwhelmed by this battle too, to be honest, man. I know Lunar hasn't battled in about 8 years, since 2015 apparently. So I could understand there's some rust there. I thought Marv would definitely foot on the neck a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying?
That accent was hard. The accent was tough, man. It was a tough accent.
Accent was thick.
It was yeah, like a loop dancer. But I mean, he had some bars and stuff. I thought Marv started off a little slow, but then got heat up, started cooking and stuff. But
let's get to the main attraction. All right, 55th Street touches the stage, and Vlad, it was like watching a battle rap infant just learn the trick of the trade. He landed his first name flip, and boy,
by accident.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on. Here we go. Oh God. Oh gosh. Turn the volume up.
And the crowd goes,
look at this dude's face.
Yeah. He goes, yeah. Yeah, I did that.
Yo, France, man. That was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. And pure nonsense on Crip Mac's side. Like, I don't think he knew what he showed up to do fully, completely.
When he went to the booth and they were like, how was it for you to memorize and lock in these bars? And he was like, what bars?
They was like, are you ready? I was like, let's do it.
I thought I was just come up here to talk.
Son, it got kind of but yo, Active really had bars. Like Active was dope, man. Active really he really showed up to make a moment. And it's a smart move on his end, man, because Crip Mac is a viral dude. So it's like, yo, you get to battle, you got Crip Mac's first battle. It's gonna do something for you on the internet. So I'm sure Active's gonna have some hoodies, some clothes to sell or something like that, or find some way to capitalize on it, go on No Jumper or whatever. So it's a smart alley-oop, man. It makes a lot of sense. So why not? No Jumper and Lush One reunited on the set. So it was what it was, man. Like I didn't expect Crip Mac to actually have any bars or be competitive or anything of that nature. He was entertaining. He was Crip Mac, and he was only entertaining because he was Crip Mac. I would not accept this from anyone else.
Active choke the last 2 rounds. So
no, the last round. But I mean, somebody just broke into his car. Like, oh my gosh, you got to concentrate on your rhymes after you just got your car broken into, man. So for him to get out on the bars that he got against someone who literally did not show up with any bars, like, come on, man. What are we complaining about here? Sorry. What are we complaining about here, man? Yo, he hit him with the 50 up in Baby Snaps Alley. In my homeboy.
But in my hood, they really get active. In my hood, they really get active.
On hood. Hey, I woke up. They said I had a battle. I showed up. I put my clothes on, and I rapped against you. I'm really a Glock popper. Like, what? 2 fingers in the thumb, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Man, be wildin', sir. Yeah, that was what it was. It is what you expected it to be. So the Crip Mac doesn't get another battle, right?
I would hope not.
Right, correct, right? This is like a one-shot, one-time thing.
Please leave it for what it was.
Leave it. Let's have this one. Let's have this one moment on the internet and keep it moving, man.
A lot of battlers like, yo, somebody working. And I'm just listen. Everybody time out.
You throw him in the mix of EFB and have everybody piece him up a few bars together, and he actually practices it and like delivers it. Oh Lord, man, we got a problem. We got a real problem.
Right.
But nah, man. No.
All right, so then we get to the rematch. I thought this was dope. They put a rematch on this card from an actual battle from. It wasn't on Battle of the Bay when it happened on Grind Time. It was on the MLB card, but it happened obviously in Oakland. So they put part 2 of Quantum Physics versus Soulcon, and somehow, some way, part 2 ended up like part 1.
Yo, France, Soulcon's back.
Now
he's back, son. He's back now, man. Now he's back, son.
You want to tell people how Soulcon opened his first round?
Oh man, how would he say? Oh no, I don't want to tell. I scrubbed it from my memory. You just brought it back.
Look, he forgot. I want to go.
I'm good. No. Someone's gonna remix this. You're gonna look crazy on the internet. Don't do it. Yo, I scrubbed that from my memory. I'm highly upset that you brought it back to my memory, but this is Grind Time, man. If you go get them kind of bars off anywhere, it's gonna be right there. But after that, though, man, he set the stage ablaze. He wasn't playing no games, man. And I mean, yo, QP, man, he had a whole lot of GHEY jokes, and it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was funny, but it wasn't really heavy on the bars like that. But he made it more so fun and lighthearted, and I feel like Soulcon just was like, yo, listen, man, we just gonna replay the first battle all over again, and this is how it's going down. So Soulcon was cooking, man. He was cooking. Now he's officially back. I feel like he shook off all the rust. He was in his element. It was very nostalgic, and he had up-to-date bars too, though. So it wasn't like, oh, this just feels like an old school battle. He had up-to-date bars, and he just won the battle, man.
Clean win. That rebuttal from QP in the second round, when obviously Soulcon ended the first round, was like 13 years ago. I was still in the game, and 13 years ago, your girlfriend was in the second grade. I was like, damn. And then QP rebuttal was like, she was underage. I was like, what? Whoa, wait, what just happened here? What did you just say?
I mean, 13
Excuse me?
years ago, if she was in the second grade, she definitely was of the age at that time. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he meant by it. I think
Listen,
that's what the brother meant by it. I don't think the brother was admitting to being with her. You know what I'm saying?
he said she was underage. That's
At
what he
that
said.
time. Yeah, if she was in the second grade, of course.
No, we're not doing this. We're not allowing this to happen.
Listen, man, QP has brought her on the internet, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
His baby mom's is legal.
Hold on.
Fran's bringing up he got the folder.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, why you do that? You know what battle we forgot to talk about to end the first night? The 2-on-2, Charlie Clips and DNA versus Dumbfounded and Satire.
Talk about it.
I was a little let down by that battle, friends. It was a lot of freestyling, you know, with DNA and Charlie Clips, and you know, a lot of winging it. And Satire and Dumbfounded, they were cool, but man, from the levels I remember them being, it just didn't feel like the same. And you know, after seeing Dumbfounded at the Pat Stay event, you know, I was expecting a little more, man. And then Charlie and DNA was just like, yo, man, we gonna show up, we gonna freestyle, and we gonna do what we do, and that's what we got out of that. So that's how I saw that battle, man. What you thought?
I mean, it was kind of set for failure after such a long night. You know what I'm saying? You just had two big blockbuster battles of the card, one down, Big K, Rex, Disaster and Easy. Like, hauling that up with a 2-on-2, like, even if they were at their peaks, like, we're drinking battles in two of the big battles, and it's like 2 a.m.
Call it a night.
Yeah, I just felt like they were set up for failure to begin with, to be honest. But I was a little underwhelmed, too. And it took a little bit of time for them to get to the stage, and I was intrigued by that, too, because it's like, what's happening here?
What they got playing?
No, it's like, hold on, is something going on behind the scenes?
I
just raised
increments? You think increments?
Hey, Frozenberg asking.
Frozenberg always asking. Frozenberg like, hey, who out there beefing? I want in. I want parts of that. And then they throw everything at him. He go, damn, I don't want no parts of that.
Bruh. I'm gonna leave this QP shit alone. But
okay,
I ain't like that rebuttal. I ain't like it.
But but the battle is a battle that's definitely fun to watch. But SoCon went crazy.
It was just like the first battle. SoCon got him out of here. I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? 14 years later.
He was talking hella cash, yo. He was like, oh, this is gonna be the biggest body of the night. And it wasn't that, QP. It wasn't that.
In fact, if anything, you couldn't get out of your mind frame to still, like, it was, how does that happen? How does 14 years remove the exact same situation happen when neither of the two of you are the same humans? All right. And then you should have known out the gate. You spent 2 whole rounds talking about his sexuality when it's like, bro, he's on grind time. There's no other place for him to embrace this.
Right. Nobody's gonna care on grind time.
No one's gonna care. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, where was IQ there?
That first line, right? Not that people were cheering or anything. Not that people were like, yeah, good for you, go. But they were like, oh, okay, well, what you got after this one? Like, kind of caught us off guard, but wait. Like anywhere else, any other league, man, like it would have been like, people would have started walking off the stage and all that. Like, oh, can't be in this footage. I'm out of here.
Imagine doing that show on the Smack stage.
Oh, forget about it, man. Microphones will stop working. Somebody step on an Ethernet cord, yo. It's over.
Ray was in space like, how do you even beat that? He's like, how do you even side with that?
I don't know, man. Like, salute, man. You ain't getting me to say that bar. I'll tell you that much.
Shout out to SoCon. SoCon handled business and was fucking awesome, honestly.
Now I got this. Oh Lord.
You got the bar.
You know what I hate about that bar? You know what I hate about that bar? You know how we're visual beings. So if I say red flying saucer, you immediately see a red flying saucer, right? No, you can't help it. If I say green hat, in your mind, you see a green hat. So when you guys watch this battle and you hear SoCon's first bar, you're going to be forced to have that imprinted image in your head, and you're going to want to scrub it from your mind. So Thanks, Franz. Thanks.
Yeah, he said it, not me.
Yeah, you brought it back up. Pause.
We're recapping the battle. We had to. We had no choice.
Yeah. We had a choice.
Sokon didn't.
Oh, I would hope he did, man.
All right, you know what?
I would be forced to do, yo.
I was gonna go to Frack and A-War, but I'm gonna save that because Reed and Pass take the stage next. Actually, what you think of Reed and Pass?
Pass 2-1, man. Pass 2-1. Pass was gunning, son. Like Reed's first was a little like, Reed, we out here. Like, did we did we let the whole clip go in the easy battle? But then Reed bounced back. He was on point. Second and third, I was like, okay, this Reed is sustainable. You know, this Reed I could definitely continue to see battle other folks. It wasn't just like, him versus Easy in his hometown was just the perfect situation. Him battling Pass and Oakland legend in Oakland, and man, being hella competitive, as they would say, in the second and the third. But Pass was just like, I'm home. This is grind time. I'm shooting like my guns on fast forward, and he was just ready for war, man. All 3 rounds. I got Pass winning that one 2-1 clearly, but I definitely appreciate what Reed brought to the battle for sure.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Reed's first round had me a little nervous.
A little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh,
what's going on here? Pass just blew him out the water in the first round.
Yeah, I was nervous, son.
And then the second round, Reed kicked up. Really dope second round from him. Honestly, even though it was a really good second round, that you could have him edging it. Like, there's a case for Pass to still have that second round too. Like, I don't.
It's 2-1 clear Pass, or you could argue that 30. You know what I'm saying? So if you argue the 30, I see your points. You know what I'm saying? I just thought Reed's second was just like, oh, okay. Whew. Thank you, Reed, because that first one, I don't know if you wrote that one last in the RV and you're like, I'm gonna spit this one first. But that first one wasn't it. But the second and third, I was like, thank you, Reed, man, for definitely coming through.
Yeah, and then when Pass's third round was just like Pass is definitely one of those guys that's like, I feel like sometimes doesn't get revered for the pioneer and legendary. He's like, you're a pioneer, I'm a pioneer too. And he's like, I'm a legend for what I did then, what I do now, and what I'm about to do. And
that was crazy. That was crazy.
He's like, that was crazy. Please make sure we give this man his flowers, because I've been very pro Pass since. I mean, for a long time, but especially during the King of the Dot season 1, I didn't feel like he was getting his just due back then. And when I hear a third round like that, it just reminds me of just like, yo, please everybody put some respect on this Oakland Legends name, bro.
I would like to see Pass do some more traveling and battling, though. I feel like the majority of his career has been on the West Coast. He has traveled. I mean, he's been down to Florida, but it's been like, enclosed URL events when he did the volume joint, stuff like that. He did have a stage performance. I do remember that. And it didn't, it had some turbulence, so I would like to see him hit other circuits, other markets, other towns, because he definitely has world-renowned talent. I would love to see it be tested in some of these markets and some of these environments. But
I'm not gonna lie,
what he did on Sunday was crazy.
We definitely seen him hit the ropes a few times, and it hasn't been the most successful.
Right. That's what I'm saying, because it's like, when you throw the name, for him to be revered as he is, and he's definitely dope, it's like some of the other peers, they do it everywhere, they fight through it. You may not get love everywhere you go the first time around, but they fought through it and they earned their respect and they got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Danny. People used to laugh at Danny at times when he hit URL and stuff like that. Now it's like Danny ain't on the card, people ready to riot. You know what I'm saying? So even he had to go through it and face that and stuff. So, he did amazing. I'm doing the typical media joint. He did great, but I'd love to see him do this. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to see him get out there, man, and kick some ass on the road and stuff like that. And then it's like, man, nothing to talk about. But to close it out, Pass, you did great this weekend. You on fire all 3 rounds. Let's focus on that. Everybody go watch his battle. Pass was crazy. Oh, you know who we did not we did talk about him. We talked about B Magic, right?
Yeah, definitely.
My bad. I had a brain slip, but Magic was crazy. That's how crazy he was. Talked about him twice.
Listen, man, we dropped the whole Easter egg, we reminded people. Now they're probably gonna go back like, wait, hold on, what did Frack say again?
Oh,
keep your eyes peeled. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Might be the only person from St. Louis to get a win. But moving on, man. So Frack and A Ward, man.
I'm gonna let you handle this one, man.
Why me? Why
because you are part of this storyline, my dude.
No.
Come on, big dog. I'm here for it.
Hold on. Unfortunately, I'm labeled as the homer, so like nothing I say at this point is gonna have its like validity. So I'd rather you start. So
all right, cool.
You know, just people get some objectivity first, so they don't hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of thoughts, but
all right, man. Yo, A Ward versus Frack, man. Frack versus A Ward. This battle had a lot of eyes on it, man. Obviously, Verb's been in the spaces, pumping this thing up, you know, letting people know, listen, man, Ward don't win against white guys. Now everyone's like, Ward's battling the white guy. What's going to happen this weekend? Is he going to win? Is he going to be that guy that we know him to be? Or is he going to lose versus the white guy? Not just any white guy. You're battling the Jewish guy from Oakland. So it's like, come on, man. Like, this is a tough task. And not only that, Frack is one of these dudes who's like, how the hell do you prepare for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, he is so witty, cunning with the words. The amount of research he does is bananas. The way he puts his angles is crazy. So it's like, you just like warp your brain trying to figure out how to win against this guy. And, you know, man, I felt like Frack 1 and 3. A Ward second was, I like that angle and the way that he was attacking how, like, you know, Frack is from a privileged background, you know, a very homogenous community. And, you know, he's so calculated in the fact that, you know, he went out to pick his friends to create a diverse group for him. Like, I feel like, you know, A Ward's second was really tailored. He mixed his punches really well with it, and he attacked Frack's character. I had A Ward with the second, but I cannot lie to you. The first and the third, I thought Frack was just doing a little too much, man. You know what I'm saying? He was just doing a little too much for A Ward, and I had Frack edging that battle. But this is what I expected to happen, though. You know, so this was nothing out of the blue. This is what I expected, and that's my perspective now. Friends, what did you think about the battle?
I have thoughts about the battle, post-battle, prior to the battle. I have a lot of thoughts.
Let's go.
One, you know, I don't want to sound like this elitist. I don't like sound like the elitist media guy, right? But it was very evident who had been following Frack prior to this battle, who was aware of his work.
Oh my friend, yo, dogs. I've seen folks say, I ain't never seen a Frack battle before. I never heard of him. What? What? Huh? Anywho, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, my dude. Go ahead.
So me personally, like, I thought it was just funny to see how much people in media were like, prior to the battle, people in media were predicting Ward to beat Frack because I guess they weren't as familiar with Frack. And then when the battle happened, they're just like super shocked that Frack like did this. And for me, like, we've talked about this when the match was announced. I was like, this is a stylistic nightmare for A Ward. Frack has been wanting to battle the Horseman for now 2 years. He don't want to battle Loso or A Ward. He was in it for 2 years. He said it to us. You know?
Yeah.
So, and this is somebody that literally battles probably once or twice a year for the last like 3-4 years. So if he only battles this few amount of times, if you watch him and you see how witty he is, how strategic he is, how good of a counter writer and angler that he is, because he's not just this dynamic witty angler, he's also a really good pen. Like, you would know styles make fights, and this was a battle that I'm not saying there's no way A Ward could have won it, but I'm just not surprised at the outcome.
You wouldn't put your money on it. You would not put your. You look at the trend and you look at the opponent, it's like, okay, look, you don't do well against these guys, and you're battling one of the guys that's like the toughest to defeat. So it's like, why would I think he's gonna win this battle?
I'll go as far as to say, who exactly do you put in a situation to beat Frack? Because like. Like,
I'll tell you this, Verb would have lost too, man. Verb would have got cooked. He would have got cooked bad versus
That's what I'm
Frack,
saying. Listen, I don't even want to jump out. I don't even want to jump out. I don't even want to jump out the window with this. But like, there's a lot of people that I'm gonna say, and I'm like, I don't think they beat Frack in Oakland.
Right
now.
Right.
Maybe a Frack battle.
Not and especially in that element too. Let's not take that away. Like, he's another guy that I feel like should be getting out on the road. Well, but he only battles once or twice a year, so it's like it's tough to say, oh, put him on Max Out or put him on Nome. So that's not gonna happen. Throw him on one of these mid-sized cards. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see if the Frack effect takes point, in other leagues and other places, and see if it has the same effect. But in Oakland, at home on GTX, what were you expecting?
He did battle on the road this year, the SoCon battle. SoCon battle was was in Toronto. And you see what he did to SoCon, dismantled him.
Right. But I mean, that's essentially extended family, though. You know what I'm saying? It's still like in your living room. It's like your uncle's barbecuing and you're on the stage back there. And you know what I'm saying? Like
But now he has wins over A Ward, SoCon, Danny Myers, Frack. Like, this sample size is not to be taken lightly. I see everybody's like, oh, he got a win over Geechee. I'm like, all right, now I know y'all didn't watch the battle because
that was a skit.
my whole thing is just the media.
Oh my god,
the media outrage going into the battle and out of it, because it's like everybody picked A-Ward to beat him, and it's like, bro, respectfully, I'm not trying to disrespect Frack when I say this. Like, if there was a battle A-Ward to win and lose between the two, it's gonna be the Verb battle and the Frack battle. Like, you're gonna go win the Verb battle, or you have to go make the statement there, because this is giving me deja vu with the Big K battle. Like, he lost clearly. The white narrative continues to live that he can't beat white guys. And now you have another big match 3 weeks away, and everybody's like, you lost momentum. And this is probably the exact opposite of what everybody's saying. Like, you should have picked Frack to be AOR because stylistically he's equipped and he's got a bigger assignment down the line. But Ward doesn't duck no smoke, and I want to give Ward some props because I don't feel like he was bad this battle. His second round,
no, he wasn't bad.
His second round angle was fire, and I at least thought the grind time pandering, that shit hit. That shit was successful in the room. Obviously, like I said earlier, I like directness more. So Frack being a little bit more direct than the grind time pandering. I don't even want to call it pandering, but just the culmination of all the does that day in there with the bomb,
the nostalgic bars, yeah.
And it hit, but obviously what Frack did was a little bit more effective. Frack also rapped longer, which is lethal, because it's like, if you taking Frack on GTX, keep that man to that time limit. Keep that man to that time limit. But you know what's brilliant about Frack's performance? About how like A-Ward talked about Big K's parents owning Spooky Acres.
Yeah.
And then A-Ward then also talked about his father being from Harvard, right? Teaching at Harvard.
Yeah.
And it's like Frack knew that he would try to find a way to attack his background or like his people's places of employment, or the A-Ward would take more of the struggle approach. So he wrote towards it. And it's just like, bruh, like, that's crazy that you're planning from something he did in another battle that he would do to you, and it worked out. Like, so that's why I also want the whole, like, people covering this battle not to focus so much on A-Ward losing, but give Frack his credit, because Frack is really one of them guys that if he battled at least 3 or 4 times a year spaced out, he would easily be on these Cody lists every year, bro.
Yeah. No, man, he's gifted. He's gifted. He has a brilliant comedic mind, and he also, like, he knows how to write, man. Like, he's like, his literature is solid, man. Like, he's solid, like, all the way around the board. So it's like, and he's at home. What do you expect? But listen, man, Verb said it himself. As long as you hit the game winner, you could miss all the free throws. And I'm not calling Frack a free throw, but just like in the NBA, you got certain games circled. Other games might be trap games. Other games you might be like, all right, man, I'm gonna go out here, do what I got to do. But this one right here, I'm suiting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing everything I need to do. So, I have no doubts that the battle versus Averb is going to be, he's going to be way more on point for that battle. And it's going to be more in his, his wheelhouse, what he's comfortable doing and stuff like that. So
there's some more layers to this too, because like now what people don't realize is, actually Frack said this as well. So shout out to Frack for saying this. I want to give him credit because I thought about this before I saw his interview with 3 Letterman, but like going into the battle, we made a prediction poll, and it was pretty like in favor of A-Ward. Like people thought he was clearly the favorite going into it, and now the momentum has shifted so much that a 60-40 prediction is slowly leaning towards 55-45, almost 50-50, which is what A-Ward wants. Like, all right, Verb, you're saying I can't rap about this. You're controlling the narrative. You're on Spaces every day. The whole room's STL. People have me losing momentum because I just lost going into your battle. People think that like so much is now being casted on him that he's getting some bit of an underdog push, which is what you want sometimes, right? You don't want the person to be with all these expectations supposed to dominate or win. Sometimes you want the playing field to just be like a little bit even. Yeah. And people don't realize this subconsciously helps them also because Frack had a perfect A-Ward impersonation. Oh my God, it was so good. And Verb was like, I had one too. Now I got to take it out. It's like, what if Frack had things that Verb was supposed to say? Now Verb has to scratch it. Like, there's so many little layers now.
You know what I just thought about?
Yeah.
Check out how this mirrors exactly what Averb went through in 2018. Before the Mook battle, who did he battle, France?
Pat.
And he lost clearly. But when he went on to battle Mook, what happened? Hit the game winner. You know what I mean? So now you got A-Ward in this exact situation, 5 years later. He lost to a white guy just now against Frack, and now he's going to battle Averb. You know what I'm saying? Can we see the same thing happen all over again?
As parallel as it is, you don't even have to go that far back. You can just go to the Big K battle. He lost to Big K 3 weeks later.
Right. No, like, I know, but I'm just talking about like this. Yeah. This literally happened for Verb. So so it's like if you're just a betting person or someone who's looking at it, like this happens, son.
This happens in battles, bro, and everybody knows at this point in battle rap to not make so much indications from a previous performance to what's going to happen in that moment. And from everything that's just been leading up to it, like. Yeah, and people were saying prior to the Frack battle, like, well, as long as he beats Verb, we won't care that he loses to Frack. And it's like, and everybody's like, oh, make it. I was like, all right, whatever. You're gonna deal with it for the next 2-3 days, maybe a week. Turn on dark mode and get activated. Because...
So Ward's, we're not gonna hear from him until the battle.
I mean, I seen him on Twitter yesterday, but he was in the airport, so that makes sense.
Okay, today starts his dark mode.
I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but it better get started already. Better get started. It's 19 days. 19 days away, sir.
Now, dark mode, does that mean he's going to only be hanging around brothers for the next 19 days? Like,
LeBron dark mode. Dark 030.
I know, man. You messed up my man.
Nah, we're not doing that because they're not doing that. We're going to leave it alone.
Verb's going to move into the not Verb. Ward's going to move into the projects for the next 2 weeks, man.
By the way, this I get it. I guess he's lost to Big K and Frack this year, so the Caucasian narrative looks very glaring. But what about these great battles with Real Deal and Sharon? What about this clear win against Mad Flex in Carter? Like, there's just more wins against white guys than losses. And more importantly, the white guys he lost to, Verb's lost to as well. Like, if anything, Verb has more clear losses to white people than Ward, if we're being honest.
Listen, you know how narratives get pushed, friends, all right? And some of them you just can't fight. You just gotta show up and prove folks wrong on that day, man. Like you just can't. Once it's out there, man, the only thing you can do is just win clearly to shake all that off. That's it.
And the last point, I'm not gonna try to argue that Ward won this battle, but I just want to say that our Twitter poll has it at 63 to 37%, which in most cases that's not a crazy ratio to say you just got clearly killed. Like. He
didn't get killed.
I've talked to people that really have him winning the first 2 rounds that aren't his friends or Christians.
What does he think? I didn't see his interview.
He felt like he won the second round clearly, and the first round was debatable. And I would go as far as to say that first round was competitive.
Right. Yeah.
But Frack is just Frack is too good. And I want all of y'all now that y'all on notice, pay attention and keep watching them. All right.
Facts.
So I don't want to sound like a gatekeeper or anything. I don't like doing all that shit. But it's just the propaganda was getting a little too out of hand. It's just
it's like, yo, he lost to a brand new battle rapper named Frack. Where'd he come from?
It's like, oh my, how do you lose to Frack? Motherfucker, your favorite person can't probably beat Frack.
Facts, man.
I don't know
Facts.
a single person you put in that same. I'm not gonna say a single, but like you give me a list of names, I'm probably taking Frack over those names. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some dudes they just difficult to defeat, man.
You know, and unfortunately he's deemed, I guess, low reward, high risk.
But yeah, for that world, for sure.
And once you're deemed that, you know what that means to me? That means you're really fucking good. You just don't have the profile for me to want to die to you. Like,
but Frack does have a profile though. Like his socials are good.
He does.
Like his social analytics are good, man. So you know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like too much of a homer. I'm giving Frack his just due, and I want everybody to give Frack his just due as well. But I don't think AOL was bad. I don't think this has any indication as to what he'll do against Verb. If anything, this actually works more in his benefit than against him. But people aren't realizing that. So I'm gonna let them be sheeps, and we'll come back on the second.
Ooh, it's gonna be crazy on the second, son.
The second's gonna be epic.
Y'all might have to pull up to your crib for the second, man.
Ooh!
I might have to pull up to your crib for the second, man. We might have to do one of them couch shows for that joint, man.
Get the blue room, guys.
Oh Lord.
All right, let's pull up.
You know, the pizza and chicken bones everywhere, man.
The main event, the Soros and Hollow Don. Yo, battle lived up to the hype for me, bro. Battle lived
same
up to
here, man. Same here. Yo, Hollow. It's like Hollow jumped in a time machine for this battle, dog. Like he was kicking some classic Hollow stuff, man. And I love that he was in such a vintage grind time bag. He gave you like remixes of some of his old stuff, but it wasn't really hacky or nothing like that. And even when he was talking about, you know, jumping and playing the PS whatever, something, jumping in the GS Legend, and then he said some bar that he's like, oh no, that's my twerk stuff. I'm still in the future already. And I was like, oh, like Hollow was going stupid, B. That second and third was just like ridiculous, man. Like it was just so great to see him in a vintage bag. I felt like I was watching a battle from 2010 or whatever. Like I'm like, am I in the past? Am I in the, like, what's happening right now?
I gotta give them so much credit for being the last battle of a long weekend.
Yeah.
And living up to the hype so much to the point where they even created the feel of the battle like as if it was 2009. You know
exactly, man. And the Soros was on point. You know, Soros, he's been here forever, and we always keep it real that he does have a high CPR for a legend, man. He's got a lot of battles and stuff like that, but there's been a lot of battles where he's slipping up in and stuff like that and choking in, and he knows that. You know, we're not saying anything that's new, but you know, he focused up for this battle, man, and any minor slips he might have had was just super fast. He got through them, and he had some high power potent stuff too, man, for Hollow. Like he realized, like, yo, man, this battle, it's crazy, man. It was crazy that this battle, for the way that it ended, for that to be the last battle of the entire event. And I stayed up to watch that battle once again, almost 1:30 or something like that, East Coast time. I was tired, boss. I got 2 kids. I was tired, B. But that battle, as soon as they started, I woke up. I was there for it, and it was what we needed, man, to close out that event. Fire battle. I had Hollow the Don winning this battle. The Soros was dope, though, man. Like it definitely lived up to that main event match, and for these two guys to bring back the nostalgia, it was perfect. It was what I needed.
Here goes France again, because I had the Soros winning the first 2 rounds. Oh, there you go, France. There you go again. You know what I'm saying? So
this guy here, man.
Hey, me and Jason. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, well, yeah. Listen, it is an opinionated sport, but let's hear why you have the Soros.
We agreed the Soros won the first round, right? We both agreed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Second round is definitely competitive. I'm not going to argue that. So I have no problem with your opinion. In fact, I think our poll's a little too lopsided. It has Hollow in the 70s and Soros in the 20s. It's a little too loud. I think I would like to see a little bit closer gap there. The Soros definitely took his foot off the gas in the third, lost the third, clear, nothing to talk about. I thought the second round was competitive.
I definitely got to watch it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But off of first watch though, I gotta, I didn't say that. Off of first watch, I definitely had Hollow, edging this battle. I want to watch it again, make sure. But whoever you had winning though, the battle was fire. You're gonna be entertained by it. Both dudes delivered vintage classic feel. This is what you wanted. Like, when they had said, "Oh, we've got Murder Mook versus Reed," the insiders knew better than what to expect from this battle. But those who were hoping to get that classic or that vintage feel did not get that from that battle, right? So you always have fears and trepidations when these battles happen that much later, in these guys' careers. But in this case, it's a good thing that it did happen because they both lived up to the hype, man. And if Hollow's in this kind of bag, man, he takes this to Summer Madness 7. We might be in for a special treat with him versus a New Jersey Twerk, man.
Hold on now.
I'm going too fast, player.
It's a little too fast because what I'm saying, the crowd there, 2,000 plus, the largest crowd, hostile.
Yeah.
Twerk ain't Thesaurus and Twerk ain't Sharon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks away too. Twerk's been rested.
I'm just saying the form he was in,
and them rounds was very short too, sir.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, what makes the battle so good? The battle's only 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Vintage feel once again, man.
I think that's a testament to what happens when you don't over fucking react to every fucking bar too. It's like, damn, finally I could watch something and go about my day without sacrificing a whole hour.
Well, okay, but we're gonna keep it real too, man. There was a lot of generosity going on in that audience too. You know what I'm saying, friends? Whoa, a lot of bars that were, and a lot of places would have got a lot of. There was a whole lot of that going on too, man.
But for that battle specifically, they did a very good job.
Oh yeah, no, that battle was fire, man. What a 3-day week! I did not see any of day 0 because I was watching the hip hop 50-year anniversary that happened in Yankee Stadium, and I was like, "Am I gonna be watching this, or am I gonna be watching a bunch of day 0?"
Fair enough. I
was like, "Am I gonna watch Snoop Dogg perform with, Dougie Fresh and MC Ricky D?" Or am I gonna watch some guy from North Dakota do his first battle on Diz's League? So I have nothing for the Friday battles, but I hope everyone did well though. What's good, play? You got some new news, Woj?
Somebody got the NDA out.
Oh boy, Diz's version?
Yeah, the one Diz has.
Can we put that on the big screen?
It's the photos. The photo's not clear. Like it's like the one he brought to the battle. So you can't fully read it, but
all right. Well, I'm sure that'll make the news cycle.
I'm sure somebody gonna find a way to piece it together. always do.
And when you do, go to letstalkbattlerap.com. Get the exclusive on the NDA. And follow us on all socials at LTBR Podcast, and we will drop that photo and highlights from the NDA that Diz put out.
All right, man. That's all for today. GTX. Successful, man.
This was exactly what I needed. They delivered what they were supposed to. So I'm glad that we have avenue for this kind of battle rap because it was sorely missing, like one main hub for it. And sometimes when you have these kind of battles, like you might have a one-off and like other leagues and stuff like that. But to truly appreciate this style, you need several battles throughout the night, and Diz did a great job of matchmaking and galvanizing everyone to actually show up and be excited about this and deliver dope ass content. So GTX, salute. I enjoyed myself this weekend. I would love it if you guys could start a little earlier for the East Coast guys, but I get it. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. I'll man up and watch the late night battles, but salute to everybody though. Until next week. Peace.